I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the notch. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to...
Hey guys, I'm Pookatook and welcome to my universe. Okay, so cut or not, but this is supposed to be part of my trying to conceive journey. I'm going to try to sum it all up because I made several videos along the way. I started documenting back in this year of April. So technically, it's been about 6 months for this specific one. So let's start from the beginning because people will have questions. I will go deeper into my story on a later video because I don't even know if this one's gonna make the cut, honestly, depending on how long it is. So rewind back to 2016. Interrupting my... Oh, now you want to call me. I'm vlogging now. Vlogging? I don't know what it's called. Okay, just give me a couple minutes. I just got to get some thoughts out real quick and I will call you back. Answer this time. Okay.
Well, I'm finna take a shower.
All right, well, I should be done by the time you get done taking your 3-hour shower, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye. Okay, boom. I feel like I have pregnancy brain already, guys. For real, it's ridiculous. So, boom, rewind back to 2016. This is where it all started, or we'll just say where I started thinking about it. So I was living in Florida at the time, and I was single, and I actually just got the idea. I was like, okay, I'm not getting any younger. I'm 34 right now. I was obviously turning 30, and I started looking into a couple facilities down there, and I end up moving to Georgia. So obviously in the middle of a move and everything, nothing came to fruition, but I want to say around the end of 2016-17 I started working with this one doctor, and it wasn't the best experience. He was very, very expensive, and I want to say if I did a little bit more research on him, I probably wouldn't have started there. So after a couple of months of dealing with him, I was talking to my OB, and he was like, you know, we can, you know, help you out with that process a little bit more. So I was like, cool, you know what I'm saying? This process costs a lot of money, so who wouldn't want to save money? So I started working with him, and my cycle was not ever really normal, and I never really paid attention to it because I really didn't care who wants a period every month. I had like 3 periods a year. I was totally fine with that, but obviously when you're trying to conceive, it's in the way. So, you know, normally the first thing they want you to do is get on birth control and do all this other type of things. So my hormones were up and down, my weight was up and down, and needless to say, to sum up that whole process, which started in the end of 2016 all the way to July 2017. By the time we got my cycle somewhat regulated, different medications here and there. Let me back up a little bit. I got diagnosed with the first doctor I was working with. He diagnosed me with PCOS. If you don't know what that is, you might want to go research it, or I will get into it a little bit more on another video. PCOS, it has something to do with your insulin levels in your uterus. So I was on medication for that. Obviously it helped regulate my cycle to the point where I could track it a little bit better. 2017 July, I ended up doing my first IUI, and obviously it was unsuccessful. the process, it I don't know, I don't feel like it was too organized, but then again, I didn't know shit about it because I didn't do my research. I was going to try it again, obviously, and boom, come August 2017, I started feeling really sick. Like, I could not breathe. I was coughing all day long. I was probably at my highest weight at the time. It was 238 pounds, and I couldn't breathe. Like, I couldn't walk up my steps. Like, I literally would walk up my steps and stay up there. Like, I couldn't do hair. I stopped doing hair for like 2 months. Couldn't be on my feet. I would be sick. I would be nauseous all day long. My hands were shaking really bad, and a couple of other symptoms. So I finally got tired of it, and I went, my doctor told me to, I looked up symptoms of this and that. You know, when you look up stuff on the internet, you swear to God you're dying. But one thing that did make sense, out of 14 of the symptoms, I had maybe 12 or 13. And it came up, what is it? Issues with your thyroid, basically. So I told my doctor, just test my blood for everything, anything, just tell me what's wrong with me. I literally felt like I was on my deathbed for a while. And it came back that I had the hyperthyroidism, but it was very extreme, to the point where I guess it's considered Graves' disease. My thyroid levels were so freaking high that I literally was I was going into heart failure, basically, they were saying. So I'm not the type of person that likes to take too many medications and pump my body full of stuff like that. Like, so I end up going down the route of natural remedies, looking up Dr. Sebi, and tried to be vegan and all the other stuff. Whatever I was doing obviously worked, because in like 4 months I dropped 60 pounds, and I was literally feeling 1,000 times better without taking medication or anything. So eventually I felt like, okay, this is 2018, middle of 2018. I was like, okay, I can start back thinking about this baby process again. And I've been in and out of relationships throughout this whole entire 2016 to 20, you know what I'm saying? I was in situationships, you want to say. Yeah, this was my process and my journey alone, so I didn't want to put that responsibility on anybody, whether we were together or not, you know what I'm saying? So boom, the only thing those situationships did was prolong my process a lot longer than it probably should. I came across, I eventually stopped working with my OB, and I came across this other facility that I researched, and I know several people who went there. They have like a 97% success rate and everything, and I started working with them this year, back in April, and I was like, okay, like, they, even though the coronavirus and everything was in full effect, like, they were very efficient, very thorough. Like, I feel like I had all the knowledge that I needed to have when it came down to this process. I was so much more knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying? They were so much more affordable. Still costs a lot of money when you're a single entrepreneur, but you know what I'm saying, it was doable. And I just got real like excited about it, and I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna try this shit again. Boom. So April, you know, I got all my paperwork done and everything. I am currently in a relationship, and me and my boyfriend just really kind of made it official around this time. We just really started, I've been knowing him for like 7 years, but we just started talking back in January. So, you know, I tell him a little bit here and there about the process and everything that I've been through and everything. And he's actually transitioning, so he was, I guess, in the process of freezing his eggs so he can start his testosterone and get that thing going. But like I said, at this point I've been on my journey for 3 years now, actively, like on and off, and I just, it's hard. It's kind of hard when you're single, and it's even harder when you're in a relationship. So yeah, I'm dealing with that right now. Ultimately, we just decided, well, I decided to do my thing, and whatever will be, whoever's going to be in my life during, after, before this process, it just is what it is. Shit out. Like, I'm ready now. Like, when I want something now. Obviously, that's not how the world works, but it should. And I was so bloated and stressed out. Obviously, my birthday's coming up, it's holidays coming up. I need to know what I'm doing. Am I going to be laying up with my feet up on somebody's stirrups, or am I going to be on a plane somewhere, laying on somebody's beach? Like, we need to get this shit together. Came back that I was doing everything I was supposed to too, y'all. I was taking my medicine and everything. I had got my labs done, and they came back, my thyroid levels were super freaking low this time, so I couldn't start the process anyway. I had to go back and forth with my endocrinologist. They had to keep adjusting my medications, and this is why it was taking this long, because my body wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. But I'm glad in a way, because they were very, very thorough about, you know what I'm saying. I feel like the first doctor I started working with, he was taking people's money regardless of whatever was going on. Like, you know, he was the type of doctor that was just going to keep taking your money. Yeah, let's try it again, let's try it again. He wasn't very thorough with his process. So I feel 1,000% more comfortable and confident in my doctors now, because they like dot their T's and cross their I's, or however you say it. They do that. They on point, put it that way. And now we're here. Tonight I am supposed to do my trigger shot, which will trigger my ovulation. I had probably in this past week or two have been the most stressful weeks of my year. Like 2020, everybody's like, is a motherfucker. 2020 has been awesome for me. These past 2 weeks, not so much. Between doctor's appointments, hair appointments, moving, stressed the freak out, okay? Like, it's just not enough hours, Beyonce hours, in my days lately. So yeah, I'm trying to be as calm as possible. You know, stress isn't good for anybody that's trying to conceive. So I got my fluffy pillows. I'm gonna take my they had to overnight the injection. It's been in my refrigerator for the past week because my eggs weren't acting right. They wasn't growing how they were supposed to grow. But now, my last ultrasound was yesterday. Not yesterday, day before. No, 5 days ago now, because they put me on another medication. Yeah, and now I had 3 maturing follicles, and 1 is big enough to fertilize. So tonight I take my trigger shot, and on Friday the 13th I go in for my insemination. I hope they let me film it. Either way, I'm gonna sneak some footage somewhere, Snapchat something, and I'll be back to document. I have to take the shot in my stomach. I have to give it to myself. This should be fun. My boyfriend don't even know, y'all. He don't even know. Is that wrong? I don't know. It's just crazy. I'm the type of person that I don't like to speak on things too much with any, like, my mom doesn't know, nobody. It's just a personal little journey, just to see, you know, what could happen. But I mean, sooner or later everybody's gonna know. So it is what it is. I'll be back in a minute. It is 5:57. This daylight savings crap It looks like it's midnight outside and I'm so tired, and I've been having the biggest headache for like the past 5 days. But I have to take it at 10 p.m. so I'll be back in a couple hours to film the process.